It must never go out. Are you a keeper? Are you a keeper? Now, the people of the Old Testament, this is what, just to give you context, the people of the Old Testament, not at this particular time, they were in the wilderness. They were traveling through the wilderness on their way to the promise. And one of the ways that they remained connected to God, one of the ways they maintained their relationship to God, God set up what we call the tabernacle system. It was also called the tent of meeting. And it was basically the place that housed or contained or kept the presence of God. The presence of God was very, very important. What made them different was not that they were militaristically superior to their neighbors and those that surrounded them, but what made the people of God different was that they were his people, and he was their God, and he dwelled in the midst. He dwelled with them. That's what made them different. And that is what makes us different. What makes us different is that we have the presence of God, that we are the tabernacle, if you would, that the Spirit of God on this Pentecost Sunday, the Spirit of God dwells within us. That's what makes us different. And it is this tabernacle system, not going to go into all of it, that one of the things that it contained was this altar upon which sacrifices were to be offered unto God. The burnt offering was to be offered unto God, as other offerings were to be offered unto God. And in order for the offerings to be offered, there had to be a fire. The offering was to be consumed on the fire. It was to be consumed on the fire. There could be no offering without fire. You could not please God. Amen. You cannot serve God without fire. Oh, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? You no matter what you bring to God, no matter what you bring to God, no matter what you have, no matter what you offer to God, you can't do anything with it if you don't have fire. You need fire to worship God. You need fire to honor God. You need fire to stay connected to God. You need fire to do what pleases God, to give what to make God. You need fire. Come on, somebody say, I need fire. I need fire. Jesus, I need fire. I can't worship without fire. And I need to worship. I was created to worship. You were created to worship. Come on, I live to worship, and I live to worship, and I worship to live. If I can't worship, I can't live. And I can't worship without fire. So fire is important. And he says here is that, you know, this fire has to stay on it must be kept burning. It must never go out. Twice, it must never go out. It must never go out. Every morning, the priest has to add some fresh wood to the fire and arrange the burnt offerings on it and burn the fat of the peace offerings on it. But every morning, the fire, the fire on the altar must be kept burning. It is an eternal flame. It has to be kept. It has to keep going. So let me say, if you are going to be a keeper, and I'm going right into this real quick. If you're going to be a keeper, if you're going to perpetuate the passion, if you're going to take care of the fire, come on. If you're going to perpetuate the passion, if you're going to take care of the fire that you need to worship, that you need to not just worship, but to bring meaning to your life, to be meaning that validates your deliverance. You were brought out of Egypt, not for yourself, but you were brought out of Egypt. You were brought out of the place of bondage. You were brought out of that relationship that was toxic, that relationship that was unhealthy. You were brought out of it. Oh God brought you out with his great hand, and he did it in order to bring you to the place where you could worship him freely. You were freed from that stuff so that you could be free for God. You listening? So it's important that we understand this worship. If we're going to perpetuate the passion and take care of the fire that is indicative and necessary for our worship, necessary to do the thing that will honor God, we got to keep it. And to perpetuate the passion, to take care of the fire. If you're that keeper, if you're a keeper, I know when we think of that word, are you a keeper, is that are you the one? Come on, are you the one? Are you the one we can count on? Are you the one we can look to? Are you the royal priesthood? Come on, are you that royal priesthood, knowing that you have been chosen by God? You are the royal priesthood in the New Testament. We are that people given to keep the flame, keep the fire every morning. Every morning, the priest has to add fresh wood. So if you are a keeper, I'm a keeper, pastor. I'm a keeper, Lord. You can count on me. You can count on me to perpetuate this passion, to keep this fire, that I can live a life that honors you. And if I am that keeper, the first thing I must be is attentive. Someone say attentive. It's a choice. It's a mindset. I have to commit to being a keeper. I got to be attentive.